It's Tuesday morning, and I just finished giving Moosie a haircut and a shave outside, so I might be all covered with gray hairs here. We actually had the collar off, and I was nervous, very nervous, but that's what we had to do to give him a shave. All his fuzzy hair is gone, and cut his hair short. So you will see a little bit of that in this video. Last night, I made the best soup in the world. And you are in the kitchen with me on that one too. But I must warn you, I put too much ginger in the soup and it was a bit too spicy. So when you make it, do not put 2 tablespoons of fresh sliced up diced ginger in it. Only put 1. But other than that, it's great. It's a bok choy and pot sticker or dumpling soup. Out of this world. I also did a little bit in the kitchen this morning while I was waiting for Moosie to get ready to come outside after I had gotten myself all set up for some cold weather, putting the scarf on, and then it turned out to be nice. But I wanted to show you, as I was talking away, about my pantries and what I had done to those cabinets. Now, that's all for all the new subscribers that have joined us since we started doing shorts. Welcome, ladies. And I only say all that just to show you what we're all about here and some of the things that you just do when you have all the energy in the world and you're up into your 70s and 80s, retired, and have energy to do lots of fun, crafty things too. So I hope you watch the video and enjoy it. I just can't wait to try this soup. So this is the bok choy soup with dumplings. Now these are pot stickers. There's really no difference. I think one has a lighter skin than the other, but you can use dumplings or pot stickers. They're pretty much the same thing. You can see what they look like. They're the bigger ones, and I think there's 2 dozen in here. So we're starting off in my big soup pot, and I have some minced garlic here. I think there's 1 tablespoon of that. There's 2 tablespoons of some green onions all chopped up. And here we have 2 tablespoons of ginger. And these are the things that are going to give this soup the flavor. Right now, out there on my stove, I have 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. And I just started to warm it up. And all these 3 things are going into that sesame oil first. And then when that gets all cooked, I think about 2 or 3 minutes, just swimming around in the sesame oil, we will, I want to show you how to chop up bok choy. They say that there is a way to do this, especially if you're putting it in a soup. And the bok choy that I have, I'm going to push my table forward. I love this table. The bok choy that I bought at the store today is the baby bok choy. Now the adult bok choy is quite long, and that it has a bigger bulb. Now they claim that for the soup with the baby bok choy, you slice it in half lengthwise, and then you chop up into, I would say, 1/2 inch squares, this green leaf. They say that the part of the white bulb is the sweetest and the best tasting. Now I have 2 here, and I'm going to put both of those in. When you see pictures of a bok choy soup, you see a lot of big leafy things in there. I prefer everything a little bit smaller, only because it's easier to get down. Now you could use any greens you want. You could use spinach, whatever. I have a whole bottle, I think there's 32 ounces of chicken broth. You can use, I hope it's the low sodium one. You can use, vegetable broth, any broth of your choice. I have a little rice vinegar here. I might use it. It's not in the original recipe. And we always, for soups, have used miso before. I have this in my refrigerator. Moosie wants me to use it. It is salty. You have to go very lightly with it. I might put a tablespoon of this in. But they claim that with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and the sesame oil that we will be using, And all the other little things are enough. Gives it its flavor. I have some nice white sesame seeds that I will put on the top before I serve it. And I, as you know, have a spicier taste than Moosie does. I'm going to put a little bit of crushed red pepper in just to give it a zing. So here we go. I think I've shown you everything, all the ingredients. I'm going to chop up the bok choy while my garlic and ginger and also the green onions are just really just browning, not even browning in the sesame oil. So let's get busy. I do have a nice big loaf of, we won't eat it all, obviously, but some nice French bread that was warm when I bought it, and it's nice and soft and yummy, so this should be good. This is basically a one pot 30-minute soup. You don't need lots of different pots. It's easy. Once I get my bok choy chopped up, the white part takes a little longer to cook, so I'll put that in before the leaves. And then you pour after these little things warm up, you just pour in your 32 ounces of broth, and everything cooks in the broth. And after you put your pot stickers in, I think you give the pot stickers about 5 or 6 minutes in the broth. And at that time, I might put the whites of the bok choy in because that takes a little bit longer to cook. And the bok choy doesn't take that long to leave. So I'm looking forward to this because it's quick and the smell already is just getting to me. Now it's time to put the broth in, and then we'll put the pot stickers in. This is so easy, I can't believe it. What with the ginger and the sesame oil and the garlic and the onions cooking, you can't believe the delicious smell that's going on here. Start cutting up my bok choy and show you how that goes. So we'll wait just a little while for that to heat up. I'm going to start with the smaller bok choy, and I'm going to cut it. First I'm going to cut that stem off the bottom, and now I'm going to slice it lengthwise. Now as I do that, you see that it will start to fall apart. And now I'm going to do it again, once again lengthwise if I can, each little one. Now I must tell you, do wash your bok choy before you do all this really well, especially down into the bulb itself, because they're dirty from the dirt where they grow. So now I'm going to chop up in about 1-inch pieces here. You know, the pictures, when I look at soups made like this, they keep the greens kind of large, like spinach leaves and things. Leave the leaves separate from all of this because these now are going to go into the soup, only because it needs to cook a little bit longer, the whites, the bulbs of the bok choy. Now I have 2 here, only because Moosie said make sure you put a lot of bok choy in, so I will. This recipe could feed an army, so I might send some up tomorrow to Colleen. I think they might like this. Or the kids. The kids are all coming in tonight, so they'll be there tomorrow. Might need a little more of this later. You know, sometimes on the second day when you're doing a soup, you always have to add more of this because the veggies and things soak up all the broth. All right, this one is prettier because it has a bigger bulb, and I will slice it lengthwise. There you can get a good look at what it looks like. This is what the bok choy looks like when you slice it open, and I'll give it a couple more slices and then chop up the greens. Lengthwise. I'm just going to cut to the bulbs because that goes in now. And I'm chopping it into approximately 1/2 inch to 1 inch pieces. You want to be able to taste it. The last time I made bok choy soup, I cut it up, I almost diced it and made it pretty stringy, and you really couldn't taste the bok choy at all. It does have a kind of a sweet, bittersweet taste, and I like to taste it. So here we go. They say it looks prettier when you have big things floating in there, but we'll see. Might be too much, but by the time I get the dumplings in, I might definitely have to put another carton of broth in. I think I'm going to taste one of those pieces. Getting a facial as well over there. I'm going to taste this, mainly because I want it to be soft. That's good. It'll be fine. Now I'm ready to put the dumplings in. Hope that doesn't dilute the taste. I might put a little more sesame oil in. Smells good. You just kind of play this by ear, by the way. These are the dumplings, and I think there's 2 dozen. Oops. Don't cook the sauce in the plastic. But they were all natural, and they have chicken and vegetables in them. So it's a good thing I used the chicken broth. That'll go along with it too. Here's all the leaves. If you prefer to use spinach or some other leafy vegetable instead of the bok choy, that's fine too. Whoa. I love soups, don't you? Now I'm going to time it. I think it's time to put the soy sauce in. This is heating up. I did put the extra carton of broth in because 24 dumplings or pot stickers in there is a lot, and they needed a little more room. And I did use 2 bok choy, so it's going to be a pretty big soup. I know Moosie and I won't eat it all tonight. The kids might enjoy it tomorrow. I'm putting the soy sauce in now, 2 tablespoons, and then it just cooks. I already put the tiny teaspoon of miso in just because Moosie wanted it. 1, 2. Smells good. How easy is this, right? 1 pot, just a bunch of things chopped up ahead of time, and we're ready to go. Ooh. Good facial. Kind of fogging up my glasses, but so I guess I'll just chat with you while we're waiting for a few minutes for the bok choy to cook. I spent about 2 hours this afternoon shopping at my Vons, getting some of the soup things and some other things that I needed. I have a story to tell you when we do some chit chat later about how I think I might have temporarily fixed my refrigerator. Remember I told you I took an ice pick trying to break up ice, and I broke a hole in the bottom of the plastic ice cube maker tray. $186 on Amazon, and I'm kind of holding off. I did fix it with some cardboard pieces that I put under the ice in that one part where the ice kept falling down all over the refrigerator, the floor. I put up with it like that for a week and decided I had to fix it. And believe it or not, for the last week, I've still been able to put my glass in there and get the crushed ice, and the old ice doesn't fall out the hole in the bottom. Honestly, I hate being the guy in charge here. 4 minutes left. Get out the bowls. I have these nice larger type of pasta bowls, but I think this will be nice to put this type of soup in. It's not a soup that goes in a cup. I'll serve it in these dishes. I know Moosie will like 1 or 2 pieces of this. I've been trying to watch my weight, but I know I probably gained a pound or 2 since he's been home. Oh well. So I might warm this up in the oven, cut a couple of slices, put some nice butter on it, maybe some garlic. It's so fresh. And we'll have this along with the soup. Ready. I'm gonna try one of those pot stickers, make sure it's ready. I don't have the bread in the oven yet, so I'm gonna let it kind of sit there just for time is up. So I want to taste this and not burn myself. Remember, there's chicken and veggies in here. Maybe it could use another minute or 2 sitting in there. It's still a little bit, it's just not soft enough. I'm going to give it 1 or 2 more minutes. So do test your pot stickers before you serve it. Here's our supper, ready to go. And look at that steaming bok choy soup. Can you see the pot stickers are nicely done? You see a lot of the greens of the bok choy. The liquid broth looks lovely and flavored well. I can't wait to taste it. You can see all the ingredients here. So easy. And now I'm going to put a little bit of sesame seeds and maybe some red pepper on mine. I will have to taste it first. The bread is ready to go. And I didn't heat it because you can dip it in the soup. That's the best way to use French bread. I think you have to try this, my friends. It's delicious. It's a little hot to eat right now, so I'm going to bring it into Moosie, and he'll have a chance to let it cool down, and then I'll have him taste it for you. I always love his responses when they're good. Taste test.
Oh boy, bok choy, look at that. Oh, that is good.
Is it?
Oh.
How's the taste? Is it spicy? I found it a little spicy. Oh, good.
Great.
Just heaven, huh?
Look at that dumpling.
I know. Isn't it pretty, too?
It's gorgeous. Simply
Good.
gorgeous.
Yeah, good. Well, enjoy. Good morning, my friends. Well, it's about 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and Moosie and I are getting ready to go outside. I'm a little nervous about today because we're taking his collar off outside for me to be able to start working on his beard. I have 2 or 3 different types of razors to start. He wants his facial hair gone, and he wants to be nice and spruced up by Thanksgiving. So I have a couple of different razors that I have to use first to attack all the hair and then get it shaved nice and clean. I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm also giving him a haircut. Now, he hasn't had a haircut in 3 months. I think his hair is about that long. It's been curly. And of course, they had to shave up here when he cut his head open up here when he fell. And I don't know whether that's growing back or not. But the problem is you can't do all this with the neck collar on because he can't really move the neck. So I can't say head back, turn to the side, chin up. I can't do all that like I normally would do if I was giving him a haircut or a shave. So we're playing this by ear. I'm going to try and film just a teeny bit of it because I think he doesn't really want to do this. But I will show you the before and after, and I do hope that we'll be able to get a different look for him today because he wants it. He wants to look kind of like what he looked like before, and I agree. So wish me luck. While I'm in the kitchen right now waiting for Moosie to get ready to go outside, I want to talk about my kitchen cabinets. Now, I know a lot of you know that I did paint these. I used that faux look where you make grains and everything. And I think there's a video somewhere showing how I did it, maybe a year or two ago. I also did some spray. I took the doors off all the cabinets and I sprayed that opaque paint on there so you couldn't see all the things inside, then sent away for decals and put those on. So it's just another fun thing I did. And the reason I'm telling you is because with all our new shorts, we have gained a pretty good number of new subscribers. And I just wanted to tell you some of the things that we are all about, or me, what I'm all about. I love crafting, I love refinishing, I love thrifting. And as a matter of fact, this corner cabinet I bought a couple years ago at a thrift store for $30, I believe. It was a little less. And it was black, painted black. And it has down below, I can't show you the bottom of it too because my table is in the way. It goes to the floor, it has cabinets below, and it can hold all my canned goods and things in there. I think that's where the canned goods are. You know, there are no closets in this beautiful little adobe cottage. There are no shelves built in. There are no cabinets. So I have to kind of use my imagination to put my stuff somewhere. I know I should have less stuff, but that's a moot point at this point. I think I'm a little too old to have learned that. I mention these things only because ladies, you know, you can do any of this. All you have to do is say, you know what? If that lady can do it, or if that man can do it, so can I. Even when you're in your 80s, don't be afraid to try new things. If you see something that you want to redo or something, try it. What do you have to lose? And kind of that's what I'm all about. Just because we're aging doesn't mean that we've lost the ability to do whatever we want to do. You have to just try, ladies. Keep going because it keeps you relevant. It keeps your mind going, and certainly it does a certain amount of physicalness. Now I've lost a lot of my real physical mobility and my energy too, but I'm still going strong. I still have all these things I want to do. I have a lot of half-finished projects, but this cabinet business, I also painted this cabinet too. This one I think I found in an antique shop. I paid a little bit more for maybe $99, but get out there, find these things, and have some fun. 4 inches long.
Never been that long.
Oh my God.
What about the shaving job you did?
I think it's pretty good as long as you don't move your head.
No, the shaving job?
The shaving job,
Beautiful.
I did a good job.
Well, how does it look? I mean, it looks good.
I think so. It's not clean razor shaved, but what do you think, ladies? That noise that you hear, and of course in the background you always can see the job that Mike is doing, rocking the house. It's almost finished, and he's up on a scaffold way up high on the apex. And Colleen and I can't wait until this job's finished, but he's cutting stones and putting them on. What a job he's done with that house, hasn't he?
Oh, I thought you were talking to the ladies.
I am, but when I say that, you ladies don't answer me, but I think you do. I think I'll shut it off and then show you the finished project, okay? Well, here's the finished product. Now, don't look at the head. Those are things that will be taken care of at the dermo. But what do you think of the haircut? It's pretty short.
Oh, it feels great.
Oh my gosh. And I think you've lost a lot of hair in the front that they shaved, and it's probably growing back slowly. But let me go around the back. But what about the shave? I think the shave looks great. You'll enjoy this when you see this, Moosie. Don't move your head now.
You know what else I feel good?
Having the neck brace off.
Damn collar off, yeah.
I can imagine. Don't move your head now because we got to get it back. But I just want to do the back. Now the curls are still there. The curls are still there in the back. I think maybe the trauma of the, you've lost a little hair in the scalp, but all in all, it's back to normal, short again. It was 4 to 5 inches long. This is the whole look. And there you are, sideways. Don't look at me. I don't want you to move your neck. So enjoy the few seconds left before we put the brace back.
Okay.
Look who's
My
home.
boy.
I'm back.
He's back. Visiting his Moosie.
Visiting my
What'd you think, ladies, of Moosie's new haircut and his beard gone? Goodbye, Hemingway, right? Micah came down to say hi while we were outside, and he said, I kind of liked it. I hope I didn't disappoint a lot of you because a lot of you ladies love the Hemingway look too, but it was bothering him. It was getting so itchy. Now, I have one big problem, and I do have to replace some of that padding underneath his chin. He has 2 collars, and we switch them off, and you try and clean this. You can imagine that part of the brace that gets under his chin, what with eating and everything. It has to be replaced, this one little foamy piece in here. If any of you know anything about how you get those things replaced, let me know. We did enjoy the soup, and I hope you'll make that soup, but don't forget, check it before you put too much ginger in it. Even I do enjoy the spicy things, I thought it was a bit much. So I don't want you to make that mistake. I made it. As you keep eating it, by the way, you don't notice the spiciness as much, but it was too much. Thanks so much for supporting us and for being with us as we go through these aging years. We're looking forward to Thanksgiving, and as you can see, Brendan is home. Came home last night, and Colleen had a terrible time at Los Angeles Airport. If any of you are flying this weekend, be prepared for the crowds. Goodbye for now, my friends. I love you, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. God bless us all and this great country of ours.